Today, I'm going to talk about how many eggs I get from my chickens. Let's go. Welcome to Becky's Homestead. I have 8 hens, and so I just went to collect my eggs, and there were 7 eggs a day for 3 days in a row. So there were like 21 eggs out there. So that is fantastic production for winter time when, there's not as much. People think it's the light that makes the chickens lay eggs, and I say no, it isn't. I say it's the food and what you feed them. And if they're getting enough food to keep warm, run their body, and lay eggs, then you will get eggs in the wintertime, regardless of how much light there is. And so if you have, we'll just say you have 7 chickens, you should be getting like 4 to 6 eggs every single day, day after day after day after day. They're gonna stop laying when they molt. Just so you know that. You're gonna have an interruption because feathers are like almost 100% protein. So those chickens all the protein they're eating is going back into growing more feathers. So eggs are like almost all protein too. So they just don't have enough protein to do both at the same time. So that is a time of year when your chickens will have an interruption in their egg production. Other than that, if you feed them right and you adjust your feed through the year to accommodate whatever needs they have, you can expect to have awesome egg production. I'll meet people that they'll say they have like 20 chickens and they're getting, 8 or 10 eggs a day. And I'm just like, oh no, you're not doing it right. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you can improve that so much. They're still feeding the chickens to keep them alive, yet they're getting nothing in return. So it's very important what you feed your chickens to make sure that you keep great egg production rolling in. Now I'm going to show you how to turn these into these little beauties that everybody can eat. And these are fabulous just to leave on the counter in the afternoon before dinner. I find that's like a really great time to eat them because a lot of times people come in, they're starving before dinner, and you're like, what are they going to eat? You don't really want them to eat crackers or some kind of junky snack. So if they could just have a couple deviled eggs, it's almost like an hors d'oeuvre before dinner. It's high quality protein and fat, and it just works perfect. Okay, so that's just a little idea. Okay, so obviously these are my farm fresh eggs, and I'm just gonna peel some of these and show you how I do it. I put in salt, pepper, French's yellow mustard. I now use avocado mayonnaise because I like that they use avocado oil. And then I love the dark red kind of burnt paprika. If you get your farm fresh eggs from the coop and you bring them right in and you try to do hard-boiled eggs, they don't peel that easy. You'll be insane peeling them if you just get them from the coop and boil them and try to peel them. You'll just be like, at least I feel that way. So what you want to do is you got to keep them in the refrigerator for a couple weeks, and that does definitely help. And I used to be like, oh, I don't think it matters, you know what I mean? But, through experience in life, we all grow, we all change. And since I hate to peel eggs so much, that I have learned if you do keep your, have a little dozen eggs in there that are going to be just for your boiled eggs, and, keep those in there a couple weeks, and you will be so pleased with, look how easy they peel. It's such a big difference. Those fresh eggs, that membrane sticks on the egg like glue. And you cannot get it off, and you'll be sitting there picking pieces this small. That's how small they'll be trying to peel the egg. And pretty soon you'll be like, it's not even worth it. You just can't even stand to do it. Okay, so I'm putting all the eggshells in here because this is my compost, and really I just throw them in the garden and they just lay on top. Okay, so just keep going all the way around, however many eggs you're doing. And you want to do kind of neatly if you're going to have company. Try to be neat because, presentation makes it look good. All right, while this is in the bowl, this is the time I like to add some of the spices so they get mixed in. So I put a little light salt in here and a little bit of pepper, because you can see pretty good when you're putting it in there. A little bit of pepper. And I like to do the mustard now too, because it's important to see how much mustard. Always shake the mustard first so you don't get a big blop of water in the beginning. So I'll put that in there first. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little tiny bit of onion in here, because I think that adds a very nice flavor to the eggs. Okay, so you got to chop the onion tiny, 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 tiny. And some people will use a grater and grate the onion up. So just this, you don't need much, about a tablespoon of onion. All right, so you're going to need a fork for this part, because you want to just mush this up with your fork. So this is, you know, if you weren't filming, you were just doing this at your house by yourself, you could do this like really fast. So these are very quick and easy to make. All right, so next I'm going to put the mayonnaise in there. So you want it pretty smooth and creamy. You don't want it dry, in other words. You want it pretty smooth and creamy. So that might look like a lot, but you'd be surprised. But you know what I'm talking about. So just keep going until it's very smooth and all the mayonnaise is mixed in. And then what you have to do is you just have to give it a little taste and see if it needs, you know, a little more of anything. Try to get it in there so it looks pretty and appetizing. This is kind of the messy part, so you want to try to just be as neat as you can. So funny when I make deviled eggs, like everybody's like, when they see them. It's like, it's so weird. Like, it's just such a basic food, but it's funny how people really like it. When you have backyard chickens, let me tell you something. You are going to make a lot of deviled eggs. It's just something you can do that everybody likes, and you can use your eggs up. Okay, so the last step is adding the paprika on top. All right, so I just get a little pinch, and then I just go around, and I just put a little tiny bit on top for a garnish, just because it has a nice flavor, and it also looks very nice. There you go, all finished. I wish I could give you one. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.